I was living in the south of that little town in Boone County in the 1970s, and I was growing a what I suppose Les Jardins du Gourmet thought they had an authentic version of Comtesse de Chambord. And about the second or the third year I grew it, I discovered it's a white-seeded snap bean. It's a bush bean. And I discovered these bluish mottled seeds growing amongst maybe one or two plants, and I saved them. And I grew them. I just kept growing them. The next year, I think it put out a segregation one time. I got a white-seeded bean out of it once. And I listed it in the Seed Saver yearbook for 7 seasons from 1980 to 86. And then the late 1980s, I stopped seed saving for a while. And I got back into it again in 2011. And I got on the internet, and just for the heck of it, I went to the Google search engine and typed in Blue Jay to see what I would find. I wanted to see if the bean was still around. And to my surprise, I started seeing these companies and seed companies here, small heritage seed companies in Canada that was listing the bean. Then, and some of them were characterizing the bean as an old lost Canadian snap bean variety that was resurrected by some of the staff at Seeds of Diversity Canada. And I ran into this one, Shirley Bellows was, I think she was the SODC's Western Canada representative. And I looked at this one heritage seed company website called Twin Farms. And I noticed they had Blue Jay listed. And underneath it, they had Comtesse de Chambord listed. So I read the description of Comtesse de Chambord, and they said it was the parent variety of Blue Jay. So I knew that was Blue Jay that I discovered back in 1977. And I probably found it on at least 6 or 7 Canadian websites. So I wrote to the folks at Twin, I think it was called Twin Farms or something. And I said, is anybody interested in knowing the real history behind this bean, or where it comes from, or the origin of it? And I took photos, I took pictures of seed that I still had of Blue Jay. And I scanned my 1985 yearbook listing, which says that it was an outcross from Comtesse de Chambord, and I emailed that to them. And about 2 days later, I got a reply, and they said, we forwarded your emails to Shirley Bellows at Seeds of Diversity Canada, and she was very excited, and she will probably be contacting you. And she did. And we had conversations about Blue Jay bean for about 3 or 4 days. And she was indeed, she also emailed me some articles that she had published in their quarterly publication called Seeds about Blue Jay. She emailed me those articles, and in those articles I kind of discovered the pathway that Blue Jay made into Canada. And I found out that she did indeed want to know where it originated from. And so she, from me, she had her answer finally. A bean that I kind of let go, and then it eventually developed a life of its own. It's really kind of amazing to see. It really surprised me, and I was really thrilled to know that it was still around.